So welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K24 Next Gen. In today's video, we are back with another offseason rebuild, and today it's Russell Westbrook to the Denver Nuggets. For the second time in his career, Russell Westbrook was traded to the Utah Jazz. Of course, from a timeline perspective, it does not make any sense for Russ to stay in Utah. So they agreed to a buyout. He ends up joining the Denver Nuggets on a one-year contract. And I actually really like this fit quite a bit. I think the Denver Nuggets had a rocky start to the offseason. Of course, losing Kentavious Caldwell-Pope to the Orlando Magic, that's pretty much going to happen to anybody. But the addition of Russell Westbrook now kind of gives him somebody to lead that second unit. And I really do think that was something they were missing last year. So I like this addition quite a bit. Here today, our goal is to obviously get Russ in the Denver Nuggets a ring. We'll talk more about this Nuggets team once we do get in the video, but of course, before we do, as always, let me know any other video ideas down below in the comments section. We have slowly but surely kind of made our way through all of the big off-season moves, in terms of trades and free agent signings. So I don't know if there's anything else that I'm missing that was, big enough for a video, but if I am and you realize it, let me know down below in the comment section. Of course, we have many prospect rebuilds to go as well, but looking forward to see what you guys have for me, and let's get into this one. As you can see, we are here at the start of the 24-25 NBA season. We're going to go ahead and have a quick conversation about this Nuggets team. I do not know if we're going to be making any moves before we kick off year one, but I'll certainly show you guys if we do, of course, here in this non-realistic rebuild. Let's start out the point guard spot. Jamal Murray, 27 years of age, is certainly going to be my guy today here at the point guard spot. Up to that 89 overall, it's nice to see 2K give him a little bit of credit because they used to discredit this man quite a bit with his overall. So excited to see what we can do here with today with Jamal as our point guard. He's obviously already won a championship as a starting point guard. I'm excited to have him. Russell Westbrook, this is his video technically. So he's 35. 79, 80 overall, whatever you want to call him. He is obviously, it feels rude to say, but he is a shell of his former self, and that's not very hard to believe when he was a triple-double MVP, right? I mean, the guy was as dominant as ever at the point guard spot. So I love Russ. I do really hope Russ gets a ring before he retires. I think if he wants a chance to do that, Denver is certainly not a bad place to go and attempt that. So here today, we're going to see how long we can kind of keep this thing going with him. Of course, he does tend to retire in year 2 or year 3. So hoping that is not the case today because this is technically titled his video. All right, Trey Alexander, I believe, was undrafted here on a 2-way contract. 73 overall is certainly not bad. For a 20-year-old, it's actually more like a 74 overall. It looks like the 2-way contract has him frustrated, though. Jalen Pickett's a 72. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do with him here today. Of course, on the depth chart right now, he is listed as our 4th point guard. So it's certainly a decent enough overall to maybe be like a 10th man, but that's probably about it for now. Shooting guard spot. As you can see, it's very, very limited right now. It's literally just Julian Strawther right now, and I do not believe that he's actually going to be my starter here at the 2-guard spot. I mean, it kind of left a gaping hole when Kentavious Caldwell-Pope left and decided to join the Orlando Magic. I really don't know why the Denver Nuggets weren't willing to pay the luxury tax and all that stuff that would have came with a contract for him, but I thought he was an important piece of their team, right? I think he's a really good 3-and-D guy, obviously multiple-time NBA champion. They let him go, and now it's Strawther here, according to 2K anyways. I'll let you guys know in advance, I'm probably going to start Christian Braun at the 2-guard spot. Now, I don't know if that's the smartest move. I think it's probably what they will end up doing. In real life, maybe they do a little trial and error as they end up figuring out what their new starting 5 is going to look like. Michael Porter Jr. is an 82 overall. Certainly like that overall to continue to go up, but he's already gone out and shown that he can be a really important piece on a championship team. So MPJ, and then the power forward spot, Aaron Gordon, who I think fits with this team just absolutely perfectly. Him and Nikola Jokic are so much fun to watch when they're completely locked in. You got Peyton Watson, who my plan, at least right now, is to play him at the backup 3 if I move Christian Braun to the starting 2. So that's just kind of where my head's at in terms of some of my optionality, if you will. PJ Hall also went undrafted. You got Hunter Tyson here, and then Vlatko Konchar, who technically is injured right now. I don't play with injuries on. I'll take his injury off. We'll figure it out. And then the center spot, Nikola Jokic. Best player in the world, in my opinion. Pushing 30 years old now. He is probably still going to be as dominant as ever as we head into next season. And I think he just has to go out and do what he does, right? I mean, obviously that Game 7 loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves was certainly heartbreaking. But, I think a revamped, revived Nikola Jokic coming out is going to be really special once again next season. So, and they brought in Dario Saric on a 2-year contract. I actually don't hate this value quite a bit. I might play him at the backup 4 if I move Watson to the 3, if I move Brown to the 2. You get it. It's a trickle-down effect. Zeke Naji's here, only 23 years old. Did get extended, I think, last offseason on a multi-year contract, so we're hoping he can maybe live up to that dollar figure that he's now making. DeAndre Jordan's just kind of a vibes guy at this point, but I can certainly go out there and give you a good game every now and then. And then Deron Holmes II out of Dayton, unfortunately tore his ACL, is not going to be playing this rookie season. He was a 3-year player in college. I'm pissed. I really do think it would have been fun just to kind of see him fit with this team. So I don't really know what my plan is here today. As you can see, he's not injured, obviously, because I don't play with injuries on. We just talked about that. So I don't know. He's technically listed as our 5th center right now. I do want to somehow get him some minutes at some point. Of course, he'll probably bump up to the 4th center if I move Sarge to the 4. So we'll figure it out. I'm going to move some positions around. We may have a trade or two, and we'll go from there. We ended up not making any trades for year one. I think ultimately I could have made a few moves that maybe would have benefited this team a little bit more in the long run. But again, on paper, this is a talented enough team where I really shouldn't have to do that. So I'm excited to see how things are going to work. I did move some positions around, and I think once again, even with a loaded Western Conference, this should be one of the top 3 teams. I fully believe that. It is Jamal Murray, Christian Brown. As I mentioned, I wanted to move him to the 2 guard. I want to maximize his potential. 31 minutes a night as my starting shooting guard, replacing KCP. You got MPJ here at my 3 guard, Aaron Gordon at the 4, and then Nikola Jokic at the 5. Really no other surprises maybe outside of Brown. Bench unit will be led by Russell Westbrook. Of course, we want to try to get this man a ring before this video ends, and hopefully his regression doesn't go super poorly, but he will be my 6th man as of now, and excited to see what he can do with the second unit. Got Peyton Watson. I moved him to the backup 3. He jumped up a couple overalls. Dario Saric, same thing when I moved him to the 4. You got Julian Strawther here as my backup shooting guard spot, and then Zeke Naji, who is going to be my center for now. I know I talked quite a bit about how I want to see Deron Holmes eventually kind of take over that spot. I know he was a first-round pick. I am going to send him to the G League, though. I know it doesn't do anything for his overall like older 2Ks did, but honestly, maybe there's a little benefit of sending him down there and just, I don't know, getting a little bit of run with some guys instead of just sitting on the bench doing nothing. So that is the team as of now. Again, this is subject to change throughout the course of this video, but it is certainly a talented enough team to be competing for a championship. So excited to see how this goes. I will see you guys at the end of year number 1 here in Denver. 55-27 is the record we end year 1 here in Denver with. All things considered, we really didn't do anything, so I will 1000% take that. Luka Doncic, a 34-point triple-double. Insane. He's your MVP. Chet Holmgren. Okay, that's a little obviously not accurate. Okay, Podziemski, your 6th man of the year in Golden State. Wemby is your D-play man. Thompson, most improved. Cam Thomas, about 29 points a game for Cam. Not out of the question. I mean, look at how the Brooklyn Nets have conducted their offseason, which was a good thing, by the way. They needed to commit to, some sort of rebuild. And Cam Thomas very well may average, 25-plus points a game next year. Jason Kidd, 59 wins there in Dallas. They take home coach of the year. All right, let's get into it a little bit. We end up as the 2 seed here. We'll be facing a play-in team. Certainly excited that we maybe don't have to see Dallas until the Western Conference Finals at the earliest stage. And second best record in all of basketball. So let's dive into the numbers a little bit. How did everybody play? Nikola Jokic was fantastic. He was 0.1 assists off of a triple-double for average. And, he's very, very good. Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Christian Brown, Russell Westbrook off the bench, about 11 points, 5 boards, about 4.5 assists. He was about 51% from the field. He shot about 34% from 3. So, again, all things considered, I will 1,000% take it. Aaron Gordon, surprised he wasn't, up a little bit more in the points per game department, right? I was around 16, 15, something like that was maybe a little bit more what I was expecting, but it is what it is. Saric, Strawther, Watson, and then Zeke Naji. Rebounds, Jokic, and assists, you guessed it, Jokic. Okay, round 1. Who is it going to be? It is us and the Houston Rockets. Young, up-and-coming team. I think they have the possibility to certainly be a playoff group next year, and this is where they're at. I mean, they're obviously talented. I don't know if they have any sort of superstar here, but there's a conversation about this team, that is for sure. So there's really no easy matchups in the West for first round. So let's get into it. We are up 3-1 right now, and we do close them out in 5. Good. Now the Golden State Warriors, who are a 3 seed. Interesting. I don't foresee the Warriors being a 3 seed next year. I see them more in like the play-in mix, but that's just where they're at right now. Maybe they make a move, they go out and get Lowry Markkanen, and I think that conversation changes drastically. But this is a team that is, led by Steph Curry, and it's Steph. And that's not any shot at the Warriors. It's just kind of the reality of where they're at as a franchise right now. So they make it as the 3 seed. We end up sweeping them. We're in the Western Conference Finals, and it is the 5 seed Oklahoma City Thunder. All right, I'm not, surprised the Thunder are here. Hell, they're always here, but a 5 seed, that's interesting. They were the 1 seed last year. This is a Thunder team that is very young, but they are very, very good, and obviously they are a little bit more experienced now. So this is not your average walk-in-the-park 5 seed. As you can see, we just lost the first 2 games on our home floor. Do win Game 3, however, and Game 4 and 5. Okay, Game 7, do or die. Winner takes on the Indiana Pacers in the NBA Finals. Can we get this done? We can. And Nikola Jokic, through a 7-game series, averages 30 points, 13.5 rebounds, and 10 assists. insane. Now it is us and the Indiana Pacers. People forget maybe a little bit, Pacers were an Eastern Conference Finals team last year. I know there were some circumstances that ended up ending them there, but nonetheless, added Chris Paul. Okay, he was obviously, you know, a Spur at one point and was just traded here, but interesting pickup. That's for sure. All right, here goes nothing in the NBA Finals. One of Russ or CP3 is getting a ring right now, so obviously this is an exciting time. Okay, we're just gonna run them out of their building. I guess so. I mean, I'll take the championship here in year one. I certainly am not going to complain, but I kind of wanted to work a little bit more for it. All right, we're going a little back and forth right now. I'll see you guys in there. I checked real quick in the box score. This game actually wasn't super close, and then we were outscored 32-13 in the third quarter, which is the reason why this is now an actual basketball game. So yeah, just thought that was interesting. All right, we are obviously, you know, feeling okay right now. We're not 100% happy or 100% comfortable per se. Aaron Gordon going up and gets the lob back up to an 8-point ball game, and got to be slow. We got to be, you know, confident, meticulous, if you will, almost. Why is Nikola Jokic not in the game right now, right? Okay, Pacers are going to take a timeout. Fine by me. It gets the best player in the world back in the NBA Finals. I'm not really sure why he'd be out in this situation, but that's neither here nor there. So make sure the starters stay in the game right now. We obviously have to be careful. You know, we cannot just predict that this game is over because it is certainly not, but we are definitely feeling good. So, you know, talking about Russell Westbrook and the Denver Nuggets, it just seemed like Russ and the Clippers were probably not going to do another year together, right? I think at this point in Russ's career, it's more about, you know, situational basketball and just really trying to find him the right fit, right? Like, you know, he's not, I don't want to say he's ring chasing, but like it's a non-shameless ring chase almost, right? Because I think he fits the team well too, right? He's not coming into Denver to be a guy that's going to sit on the bench and play 5 minutes a night. That's not what Russ is going to Denver for. But he also is probably, you know, aware that he only has so much time left in this league, especially as a somewhat effective player. So he wants to go to a situation like Denver. It was a team that obviously won a few years ago, and they're a team that's certainly going to be competing for another championship. So I credit Russ. I credit Denver because Denver needed to do something. I hated them losing Kentavious Caldwell-Pope for absolutely nothing. So good on them to, you know, go out and get a guy who obviously is, I wouldn't say, you know, any sort of star anymore or anything like that, but certainly can still give you a little something and can be an exciting player to watch, a little bit of a spark plug, if you will. So, good. I'm excited to see it, man. I miss basketball already. You know, I'm watching the Summer League, but it's not the same. It's not the same at all. So, I miss it, man. I'm looking forward very much to seeing my Celtics raise banner 18 on opening night next year, and I got to focus right now. This game's not over, but enough about me. Let's finish this game out. Hopefully just one possession at a time. It's obviously going to be great seeing Russ get a ring. Let's call for an ISO here against Halliburton, and then I'm going to see if a screen can come. Hopefully it's Gordon because I want to do it. I want to do another alley-oop. So it is Gordon. Come give me the screen. Going to go to the left side here. Can't quite get through Halliburton. We're just going to work our way to the rim, and he gets it to go. This one's over. We end up sweeping the Eastern Conference champion Indiana Pacers, and we get our ring here in year one. Second career Finals MVP for Nikola Jokic. Russell Westbrook also getting a ring. So very excited about this. What I have to do right now is make sure he didn't retire, because I don't want to say screwed if he retired, but this is his video at the end of the day. So Russ, just make sure you're not here. Klay Thompson calling it a career after 12 years in the league. All right, I think, oh my God, the analysis. I think we are in, okay, roster filler. My hope right now is that Russell Westbrook was obviously expiring as well. So I have to make sure I am able to retain him because it's kind of hard to do a Russell Westbrook rebuild if Russell Westbrook's not on the team. So hit the draft lottery. We're not going to have any picks in the lottery, which is, again, totally fine. Orlando, I don't think I saw them as the one of the projected, like, top 3 picks. So maybe they got a little lucky. Again, it's kind of weird. I thought they'd be good. We're obviously happy with Mike Malone. He's one of the best head coaches in basketball, in my opinion. We will now head up to the draft. And do we have our own first? No, we do not. It's actually from the Aaron Gordon trade. It's protected 1 through 5. It's the Orlando Magic have it. So we're not going to be drafting anybody, but that's fine by me. We hit team player options. Gordon is going to decline his player option. Watson, Brown, and Strother are all certainly going to be brought back. So PJ Hall, Trey Alexander, I'll qualify. It looks, as you can see by their relations, they're obviously not happy they were on two-way deals. They're heated and outraged, but I'll still qualify them. I mean, they're nice roster fillers. So now I just got to make sure, can I get Russ back? I'm going to be pretty, I don't want to say disappointed, but I want to get Russell Westbrook back. He's right here. He wants about, this is so stupid. It's Russell Westbrook at this stage of his career would not be asking for, 23, 24, whatever $1 million. It's unrealistic. It's so stupid, and that's just 2K. at its finest. Okay, well, I mean, I'm going to continue the video. I'm not just going to put him back on the team. I mean, at the end of the day, he's a 36-year-old backup point guard. We did get him a ring, or, well, he helped us get another ring, so it's still going to be a Russell Westbrook Nuggets rebuild, and I'm not even saying it's out of the realm of possibility that Russell Westbrook, plays one season in Denver and then leaves and goes somewhere else. It's possible. Of course it is. Anything's possible, but for him to be asking for $20 million at this point of his career is a little bit ridiculous. But you live and you learn. We got Russ a ring. My goal is technically accomplished. We'll probably just do one more year of this rebuild. So that's just where I'm at with that. God bless 2K and their stupidity on their bullshit. So let's make sure we do get Aaron Gordon back, because he's certainly somebody that I am very much in need of right now. I cannot lose a second kind of guy on this team that's important. Russ and DJ are both going to just be leaving. I'll actually just renounce PJ and Trey. Trey's actually up to a 75, though. I'll hold on to Trey Alexander. PJ Hall can go. We have a lot of depth at the 4, but I'll hold on to Trey Alexander there. All right, we now do have to replace Russell Westbrook. Nothing wrong with Jalen Pickett. I think we'd just like to get somebody who's just a little bit better, if possible. So let's maybe look at a couple different options here. Very interesting trade we're about to make with another Western Conference contender. It's going to be a deal here with the Oklahoma City Thunder that's going to land us our new backup point guard in Nikola Topic. Of course, only 19 years old. A little bit lower on the overall side at L74, but we're also getting Isaiah Joe. And Dario Saric, Zeke Nnaji, and Hunter Tyson are the package that I'm giving up. I have kind of a thought process behind why I'm giving up every single one of these guys. First and foremost, I thought Saric was fantastic as a 7th man for us. He's an expiring deal. I was probably not going to replace him. I know we're probably only doing one more year anyways, but I like to mix some things up a little bit, especially after a championship. Zeke Nnaji was fine. He's a decent enough backup center, but I want to play De'Ron Holmes. I like De'Ron Holmes. I want to get him some run, and I'm obviously not able to do that if he's our 3rd center. And then Hunter Tyson was kind of just a throw-in piece in this deal. So Nikola Topic, hopefully that overall continues to go up. He will be the new backup point guard behind Jamal Murray. Of course, from a talent perspective, maybe Russ is a little bit better at this point in their both respective careers, but excited to see the fit nonetheless. And I think we now have to figure something out here, right? Because we have 3 shooting guards that all probably deserve some sort of minutes. So I could also just go a different path and just play Watson, maybe back at the 4, and then play somebody here, whether it's Brown, Strother. Probably not Joe, because he's only 6'3" at this backup small forward spot. So you know what? Fuck it. Let's just do that. Why the hell not? I will move some guys around once again, and I will see you guys at the start of year 2. Ready to go for the start of year 2 here in Denver. Obviously won a championship last year. I was very happy we were able to get Russ a ring. I'm sure he was happy he was able to get one himself. And then he decided he wanted $20 million, or 2K decided he wanted $20 million. So, of course, the Russell Westbrook rebuild without Russell Westbrook. I know we talked about how that's not really a possibility, but that's just 2K. Blame them, not me. It is Jamal Murray, Christian Brown, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, and Nikola Jokic. No changes 1 through 5. Even if I auto set this rotation, even though Isaiah Joe is a higher overall than Christian Brown, game still recommends Brown. I was going to start him anyway, so hallelujah. Isaiah Joe will be my 6th man, though. I was surprised we were able to get him from the Oklahoma City Thunder. You got Strother now. Here's my backup small forward. Peyton Watson moves back to the backup 4. Nikola Topic, my backup point guard. And then De'Ron Holmes, finally excited to get this young man some minutes as my backup center. So that's the team. Again, we are just as talented as last year, in my opinion anyways, and I certainly think this is a team that can make another deep run. So I'll see you guys at the end of year number 2. 59-23 is our record here at the end of year 2. I am hoping it results in another championship, but it is a fantastic regular season nonetheless. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, about 37 points a game. He's your MVP. Cooper Flagg is a Portland Trailblazer. He's your Rookie of the Year. Josh Giddey is now in Detroit. He wins 6th man. Wemby's your D-Boy. Alex Sarr, Most Improved. Steph Curry, Clutch Player of the Year. And Mike Malone, our head coach, I guess does get Coach of the Year. Fantastic. Okay. Let's see where we ended up. We are the 1 seed, which is beating out the Thunder by 1 game. Good to see they're not good, but they are back near the top of the West, which is not very surprising. Here are the numbers. It was Jokic, Jamal Murray, MPJ, Brown, Gordon, Joe, Strother, Topic, Watson, and Holmes. Rebounds per game, Jokic, and assists, yep, once again, Nikola Jokic. Round 1, us and the Lakers here. A famous battle that has been going on for quite some time now. It never really goes very well for the Lakers, but obviously got LeBron, Anthony Davis, and still very talented. So here goes nothing. We are quickly up 2-0 against LA. They do win game 3. They also win 4. Oh my God. Don't do this. Thank you. That would have sucked. Now moving on to the Houston Rockets. This is the team we faced in round 1 last year. They've now added DeAndre Hunter. They're deep, man. They got, oh my God, Dylan Harper's here as well. They got a lot of depth with this group. Of course, depth isn't as important come playoff time, but they are certainly talented. We are down 3-1. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay, not the way I thought this one was going to end. What the hell is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander eating for breakfast? I mean, good God. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. Yeah. I don't think we're going to beat the Thunder anyways, to be honest. If SGA is playing like that and 2K is giving them that kind of love, I don't think we had any choice. All right, well, it's weird for me to do a Russell Westbrook rebuild if Russell Westbrook isn't here, right? I think many of you agree with that. My goal of this video was to get him a championship. We accomplished that in year one. So I'm happy. Of course, I would have liked to have done a 3-year rebuild. My apologies. This video is a little short. Tomorrow's a 5-year prospect rebuild. I'm sure it'll all even out in the end anyway. So it was fun. Nuggets fans, I hope you guys enjoy Russ. I hope he fits well with your group. I really do think he's going to be a nice pickup for you. And you certainly needed somebody after the KCP departure. So I enjoyed this one. Of course, we don't have many, major blockbuster moves left, unless there's, of course, another trade at some point. But we are all just kind of slowly waiting and see if another shoe does end up dropping. So we'll continue to do these, of course, prospect rebuilds as well. Definitely gonna need some more video ideas from you guys, though, as we do approach the dog days of August, which certainly definitely take a long time before the next 2K comes out. So that is it for me. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.